to add construction lines to your model, we're going to go ahead and go up to Model, Construction Lines, Add. You can see that CA is the keyboard shortcut, and it is also on your toolbar. There's a little icon for it right here on your left-hand default toolbar, Construction Line Add. If I go ahead and select that, it's going to start the command for me. You'll notice now that my feedback here is saying point location. My left click is locate, middle click is pan, right click is return. Return will cancel the command for you. You'll also notice that my point locators are set at auto point, which is the magnet, which allows me to have multiple point locators on at a time. What I want to do is I want to offset construction lines from the current construction lines in the model. So I'm going to use the point locator right here for base construction line. All I have to do is left click on it, and it'll switch to just that point locator. You'll see that as I hover over these construction lines, they will highlight. If I left click, it'll ask me to base construction line, my dimension from construction line that I just selected. So if we look at sheet S1, we're going to go horizontally left to right between A, and we're going to jump all the way to B in this case. So it's 25 foot 0. Again, we can go 25-0 for 25 foot 0 inches. There is a repeat factor if I need to make this same distance multiple times. So there is another 25 foot to C and 25 feet to D. If I go ahead and make a repeat factor of 3 and say add, it'll add 3 repeats in the positive X direction, which is to the right, because the dimension is positive. If I use add minus, it'll add to the left here, which would be a negative X direction. If I hit add, you'll see that I have my 3 construction lines in there for A, B, C, and D. My construction line for E is only 20 feet, so I can use 20 foot-0 and select add again. You'll notice that it's remembering from the last construction line added. If I ever want to add always from my base construction line that I selected, I would check on lock base position after every one that I added so that it resets the location back to the first construction line added. We'll take a look at this adding these horizontal construction lines below. So once I'm done adding horizontally here, I'm going to go ahead and hit exit, but I'm still in my add construction line command. I can see that here in my status line to add more construction lines. So in this case, if I go ahead and select my horizontal construction line, 27 foot 6, and if I lock base position and say add to add positively here, you'll notice that it stays locked. If I just add 27 foot 6 again, it'll just add it in the same location. So if I go ahead and type in 55 feet for the next location, which is 27 foot 6 further up, and say add again, you'll see that it adds it up another 27 foot 6. There is also an add plus or minus, which will add to either side of the selected line. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. I'm going to hit exit, and I'm going to come in here and use the center grid line 2, which what will become grid line 2, and I'm going to offset 7 foot 6 on either side. This is going to be where the grids 1.9 and 2.1 will be. So if I come in here and say 7 foot 6, in this case lock base position will always apply when I use the plus or minus. So this does not have to be checked, but it'll still always base off the selected line. If I say add plus / minus, it adds to both sides 7 foot 0 from the construction line. While we're in here, we'll go ahead and hit exit and add one more back up here for what will be 8.3. So we'll say 10-0 and say add. And when I'm done, I can hit exit, and then I can either right click to return, or escape will allow me to return as well.